Hello, this is Sunil. Today I'm going to talk about the basic Python programming concept. So, what is Python? Python is a programming language, say just like another language like PHP or Perl. So, why did I say PHP or Perl? Why didn't say Python is just like C? Because C is any C program will be compiled first before it actually executes, whereas Python it gets compiled at the time of run. So at runtime it compiles the code and then executes. So it is similar to the PHP or the Perl. If you are new to the programming language, I would say it's better to start with Python. So Python is very simple. It supports object-oriented programming. It is compact. It is portable. It works on multiple environments, multiple operating systems. So it has its own pros and cons. Um, I would say Python is slow. It can't process. It has its own limitation connecting to the database, and there are many other things. So let's go ahead and start the Python integration, development, and learning environment. So I've installed Python. It's easy to download from official Python site. So going to open Python GUI. Okay. So and after that. So if you remember writing programs in C, you would have to start with something like hash include stdio.hash conio.h. First you have to import some libraries and something like that. But Python, you don't need to do all that stuff. So you can just start using Python as if like a calculator. So 2 plus 3 5, and then 6 divided by 2. So I didn't write any program, right? So I just entered it. Smart enough to know what kind of data I'm inputting and it performs the operation. So so you can perform any operations, say on any mathematical arithmetic operations on numbers, and also you can play with strings as well. You can append or see I've appended two strings, and then there are multiple data types in Python, like the integer and string. So basically type is a function. It determines what kind of input you're giving. So those are about the strings. And also we can talk about a variable. So you don't need to specifically say like hey, this is variable and this is the name of the variable. So you just start using a variable just like that and assigning the values to it. Let's say x equal to 1 and then y equal to 2, and then just perform x plus y. So by the way, Python is a case sensitive language. You can't just say like x plus y, because you haven't actually defined the small x or the small y. So just remember that Python is a case sensitive language. Just like you perform arithmetic operations on numbers, you can do the same thing on strings as well. For example, I say name equal to Sunil, right? So I can do that. I can perform. I can multiply that with 5 so that my name gets printed 5 times. So that's what I'm trying to say. So like I said, Python is very simple. It's easy, understandable language. Okay, and then so that's about the variables. And I just did used print function. Print is a inbuilt function available within the Python. And so also we talked about assigning variables to values to the variables, right? So what if I wanted to assign, I don't have to explicitly say like x equal to 1 and then y equal to 2. So I can just say x comma y equals 1 comma 2, and then x and y would be assigned respectively with 1 and 2. Sorry, this is actually capital. So that's how you assign it. And also you can assign strings to a variable. Let's say I took a variable called name and I assign string, and then you can actually print that string. So this is just a single line. So if you wanted to assign something like a multi-line strings, right? So you actually starts with 3 single quotes, and then you write something. It could be a multi-line thing. So and then you start. I'm sorry. And then you try to print it, and this is how it prints. So basically this is the This is the prefix and suffix to be used to assign a multi-line string to any string type variable. So that's one of the topic that I wanted to talk about. And also substrings. So it's very obvious that we wanted to use substrings in most of the daily life, right? So let's say I have assigned my name to a variable. So what if I wanted to retrieve just the first character of it? So remember, in Python every string starts with an index 0. So if I wanted to print something like my first character, what you need to do is just start with 0. You have to put it in a closed square brackets. So that's how you do it. So what if I wanted to retrieve, like, starting from first character to the next three characters? So it could be 0 to colon 3, so that it retrieves starting from first character to the next three characters. So that's about the substrings. And also there is a function to find out the length of the string. And also there is something called list in Python. So it's very similar to arrays. Arrays in C programming. It's basically a group of values. Let's say there is a cricket team India, right? So you actually we have a bunch of players. Let's say we have Sachin, who's one of my favorite players, and then Ganguly, very aggressive captain, and then my favorite bowler Srinath, and then what if my favorite book cricketer Dravid. So these are bunch of players, right? It's nothing but a group of values and assigned to a variable. So now I would say India is nothing but a list variable, right? So if I wanted to print only the first value in the list, I can do this. So the first value, like I said, everything in Python starts from 0. I mean, in most of the languages we do, it actually starts from 0. So if I wanted to print something like the last one or something like that, you should have to do like that. So when you give -1, it actually starts from the rightmost value. And also you can do something like appending into the list. So you have to do something like append and then give Srinath Dravid, and you can give another name. So it actually appends a value to an existing list. So let's print India. So this is the list now. So you see that a new value has been added to the list. What did we actually initially assign to the list called India? So it's only 4 players, and however we just appended it. And also you could do something like removing the player. So you can do something like remove Sachin since he got retired. So you could do that and then try to print. Sorry for the keyboard sound. So this is how it works. So thank you for watching my video. I would be making another video, in detail video about Python programming. Thank you for watching.